Mixtape Radio.
Welcome to Mixtape Radio. I'm Mike Shea, and we're back for another week with 5 more bands and 5 more songs from all over the world. This show is brought to you by Cinescape Media. You can learn more about this show and all their other shows by going to their website, cinescape.media. Now, let me break down how this show works every week. I'm going to share clips of songs from 5 bands, 5 artists. They're going to be all kinds of different stuff. Rock, rap, hip-hop, EDM, metal, country, blues, whatever the hell else is out there. Nothing is off limits, and I'm going to tell you who these talented folks are and where you can find their tunes so you can check them out for yourself. And at the end of every month, I'll do a special episode where I create a mix of my favorites from the last month. But enough talking for now. Let's get into the music. Maryland-based pop-punk trio Penguin Suit just dropped their debut album, Blood Red Sky, over the weekend. What I like most about these guys is they don't sacrifice anything in the production of the album. The guitars, the bass, the drums, the vocals, they're all prominent. Nothing gets lost in the mix. Frontman Hunter Soth and bass player Aaron Donahue hit picture-perfect harmonies during the chorus, and drummer Jason Kendall hits the skins with a fever and intensity that beckons the very genre they populate. So far, my favorite track on the album has a sick bass line at the very beginning of the song and then kicks into high gear almost immediately. It's called Square One. Let's take a listen. That was Penguin Suit with the song Square One. Their new album, Blood Red Sky, is now available at the link down below. Now, we all know that today is 420, so I'd be remiss if I didn't share a little bit of stoner rock with you guys. I found a great group out of London called Stingray Fever, which, if you ask me, Stingray Fever sounds like code you use for when you're high. Like, instead of saying you're high, you say, you got major Stingray Fever. Anyway, moving on. They dropped a new self-titled EP last week, and it's perfect for switching your brain over to power saver mode and just losing an entire day. Here's a song off that EP. It's called Take My Hand. That was Stingray Fever with the song Take My Hand. Pick up their self-titled EP at the link down in the description. Now, with all the music featured on today's show, you're probably wondering where we got it from. Well, we got it through Bandcamp and other sites like that. But we also love it when we get music sent to us by you guys. If you'd like to have your music shared on this show, just send an email to mixtaperadiopod@gmail.com. Tell me your name, a little about your style, where your stuff can be found online, and most important of all, a song you'd like to have played. If you don't send me music, this whole thing falls apart. We answer every email that we get, and we check that mailbox daily, so don't waste any time. Send us your music to mixtaperadiopod@gmail.com. Now, who doesn't love a little bit of rebellion now and then? And if there's one genre of music that's synonymous with rebellion, it's punk rock. Every once in a while, you just want to break shit and rage while you've got some fast, angry punk rock going, and that's exactly what you get when you listen to St. Louis-based punk rockers The Disappeared. Now, these guys dropped an album in 2011, and then it wasn't until this past week that they dropped their newest record, Science and Reason, and they are back with a vengeance. This 6-track album is aggressive and intense and everything you want in an old-school punk album. Let's check out a song. This is called Glitter Gulch.
Some people are better
that was The Disappeared with the song Glitter Gulch off their new album Science and Reason, which you can get at the link down below. Now, if you'd like to stay up to date with this show, get more involved, be a part of the team, as it were, you can follow us on social media. Mixtape Radio is on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram using the handle MixtapeRadiopod. Follow along so you can let us know what you liked, what you didn't like, even send us some music for the show. Now, when I was first out of college and living on my own, my favorite pastime was on Sunday nights. My buddy Nick would come over to the apartment, we'd get a little trashed, and we'd just sit on the couch and get lost in a good singer-songwriter album, something with hints of folk or blues or dream pop, whatever hit the mood just right. So I thought I'd find one to share with you guys today that would make you feel the same way. Enter UK native musician Sam Slatcher. His music is simple, straightforward, and effective. It's a man and his guitar bearing his soul for the world to hear. His new album, Chaos and Solitude, is dropping on May 22nd, and we're going to check out the first single from that album. This is 1,000 Miles.
Thousand tales on the road tonight, as rolling fields passes time. A week ago we were strangers from another land, though we don't know.
That was Sam Slatcher with the song 1,000 Miles off his new album Chaos and Solitude, which you can pre-order through Bandcamp at the link down below. Now, there's not a lot of time left in today's show, folks. Before we get to our final song, I wanted to let you guys know that you can be a part of the team here at Mixtape Radio by joining our Patreon. Just go to patreon.com/mixtaperadiopod, and for only $3 a month, you can become an executive producer of Mixtape Radio. You get all kinds of cool rewards, and you can help us continue to purchase all the music we play on this show and support the awesome talent out there. Now, I think I'd like to end this week's show on a groovy, bluesy note. There's a seasoned vet out of the UK blues scene named Mick Clark, and he dropped a new album in March of this year that is classic and funky and groovy and fun. I've said it a lot, I love the blues, and I don't like to spend a lot of time talking about the blues because I just want to listen to it. So here's Mick Clark with the song Knocking at Your Door.
Well, baby, who is knocking at your door? Yeah, baby, who is knocking at your door? Well, it must have been your best friend. I don't live here no more. Well, I woke up this morning.
That was Mick Clark with the song Knocking at Your Door. Pick up his new album Big Wheel at the link in the description. Well, I hate to say it, but that brings us to the end of the show. I know. I'm sad too. But don't worry, we'll be back again next week. 5 new artists, 5 new songs. Make sure you guys follow us on all the social media at Mixtape Radio Pod. Remember, if you'd like your music featured on this show, just send an email to mixtaperadiopod@gmail.com. And you can become an executive producer of the show by going to patreon.com/mixtaperadiopod. This show is a proud member of Cinescape Media. To learn more about everything they've got going on, just go to their website at cinescape.media. I'm Mike Shea, and this has been Mixtape Radio. We'll catch you next week. And until then, as always, support your local musicians.